Hi, my name is Labosh, and I'm the mother of not one, but two children with autism. And I am also the author of this book, The Child with Autism Goes to Florida. Now, if you are like me, when my children were young, the idea of taking your child to Disney World must seem terribly intimidating and just out of the realm of possibility. But I was able to take not one, but two kids down to Florida for just about every year for 10 years. And there's a lot of tricks to doing it. One of the most important things you need to know is that Disney World offers something called disability passes. Now, disability passes allow you to use the handicapped entrances and also the fast pass entrances. So you don't have to worry about standing in long lines for a ride, only to have your child have a meltdown about 5 or 10 minutes before you're just about to get on the ride. And if you want them, lots of times you do not need a letter from your physician, but it cannot hurt to bring one because they might change the rules at any time. Now, the advantage of having a disability pass over a fast pass is that if you go and you get fast passes, you have to be there at a particular time in order to use it. But with this disability pass, you can use the same fast pass line, and you can use it when your child is actually ready emotionally to go on that ride, and you're not going to miss your chance. There are a lot of other tips available for going down there. Let's say you're ready to fly, but the idea of waiting around for your luggage at the airport terminal with trying to keep track of your kid and everything else going around just seems like too much. If you stay at a Walt Disney World resort, they actually have a program where they will take your luggage off the plane itself, and you don't see it again until it shows up in your room. And all you have to do is when you get off the plane, you go to where the bus is, they take you to your resort, you check in, and ta-da, all your luggage is there. Now, you might want to say, well, I don't want to spend all that money going down to Disney World or Universal Studios or the other places and maybe see only one or two rides. Well, actually, I go through all the rides in all the major amusement parks. All of the Disney parks, Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, SeaWorld, and Busch Gardens over in Tampa Bay. And I go through what kind of sensory issues there are involved, how easy it is to exit the attraction once you've started. And I also have in each park different places you can go to just de-stress and calm down if your child is having a meltdown, so you don't have to leave the park early. I also go over every resort attached to these different parks, and I tell you how breakable is the furniture. Are there sightline issues around the hotel or around the pool? What kind of food do they have available? Is it something that my child will eat? And then you can pick out which resort you want. For instance, if your child is attracted to water and you're afraid of, you don't want to be on one of the resorts with the lakes, then you definitely want to go to one of the all-star resorts, because those are the only resorts down there that are not on a lake. They do have small retention ponds, but they're quite far away from the hotel area. You would not necessarily want to go to a place like a Polynesian resort, which might be very cool, very interesting. It's very close to Disney World, but it's also right on a lake, and it's got thick, lush foliage where if your kid is someone who runs away, they could be gone in like a nanosecond. Beautiful, but meant for other people. So, what's a ride that in Magic Kingdom that might seem like a good ride if you don't know any better, but it actually has the potential for being disastrous. I think that Stitch's Great Escape, which is in the Magic Kingdom, I went on that thinking it would be a fun ride. Well, it turned out there was a place in the ride where you're all strapped into the seats. Everything goes completely dark to the point that you cannot see your hand in front of your face. And then it feels like Stitch is dancing on top of your head, and a few lucky people actually get squirted. That is a recipe for disaster if you have an autistic child, because you can't avoid that part of the ride. And if your child gets upset, he might not even want to come back to the place. But there are lots of, there's probably, in Magic Kingdom, there's probably about 15 different attractions that your child would like and would enjoy. And you can go ahead and see them. You might not think that Universal Studios has a lot of scary rides and islands of adventure, and you might not think that's the place for you. But actually, there's also a lot of attractions over there that the kids really like. In Jurassic Park, in the Jurassic Park Discovery Center, my kids just loved the dinosaurs and climbing all over them, and I had a hard time getting my son to leave so I could see the rest of the park. Going down to Florida is a fun occasion for the whole family, and even your family, especially your family. And I don't want you to miss out on it. If you're planning on going, be sure to get The Child with Autism Goes to Florida. It's available from Future Horizons, which is the largest autism publishing company in the world. And their website is www.fhautism.com. This is Kathy Labosh saying, I hope to see you down in Florida. Goodbye.